Welcome to Darkened Files, where the shadows speak. We uncover the untold stories behind domestic violence and brutal crimes, exposing the chilling truths hidden in plain sight. Real cases, real voices, no sugarcoating. If you're ready to step inside the darkest corners of reality, you're in the right place.
We're following breaking news here at noon. A Zebulon man has been arrested after 4 children were found dead inside the trunk of a car inside his garage. This happened at a home on the 100 block of Springtooth Drive.
In fact, WRAL's Heidi Kirk rolled up there not too long ago at that scene. Heidi, you've been there for a bit. Kind of take us a look at the scene and explain what we know so far from investigators.
Well, Chris, absolutely. We actually just arrived here within the last 10 minutes or so, and it is a very active scene out here. I'm going to be taking this in along with you. I'm going to step out of the way and have my photographer show you what we're seeing out here. We've got lots of different agencies here on scene investigating as we speak. That includes the State Bureau of Investigation, the Johnston County Sheriff's Office. We have deputies surrounding that home, as well as some caution tape on the scene. Now, let me break down what we know. Now, according to the Johnston County Sheriff's Office, that 911 call center received a call from 38-year-old Wellington Dickens, who told 911 operators that he killed his children. Now, when deputies arrived out here, they found a 3-year-old alive inside of the home, and then human remains in the trunk of the car. Just awful. Now, they established that Dickens had killed his 3 biological children. They were 6, 9, and 10 years old, and then an 18-year-old stepchild. Now, they believe the bodies were inside the car for a long time. Now, at this point, Dickens has been charged with 1 count of murder, but more charges are expected, and he is being held without bond in the Johnston County Jail. Now, back out here live, you'll see lots of different things going on at this point. Again, we just arrived here on scene. I'm going to be checking in with neighbors just within the next few minutes and seeing if anyone knows anything. But again, just an awful story that we are going to be following extremely closely all day long. Heidi Kirk, WRAL News, live in Zebulon.
used to be, where you talk to your neighbors, you check on them. She'd say later, "That's something I'll regret." That regret hits different once she learns what's been happening 10 feet from her front door. While neighbors sniff the air and figure maybe
Lena, we've been talking to Dickens' family and neighbors here on Springtooth Drive, trying to answer that question. Dickens' uncle points to the fact that he's an Iraq War veteran, something that certainly had an impact on his behavior over the years. Neighbors here have
said he withheld food, called it over-disciplining. The medical examiner will have to fill in the rest. What we do know is this: the neighbors were right. The smell Dakota noticed? Real. The silence Deborah felt? Real. The messy yard, the closed blinds, the quiet house, all red flags. But nobody knew how deep the horror went. Cherie Burton, the one whose son caught that smell, will carry that guilt. Deborah Riley, who wished she'd checked in, will carry hers too. Everyone on Springtooth Drive now lives with the truth that 4 children died next door, and nobody saw it coming. But this isn't on them. This is on him. Wellington Dickens made 4 decisions, 4 murders. And then he decided to hide it, to keep breathing, eating, living under the same roof, to let that baby grow up surrounded by death. So when folks ask, how did nobody know? The answer's simple: because he made sure nobody could. He cut them off, kept them home, homeschooled them so no teachers saw the bruises, no friends asked questions, no social workers dropped by. He built a wall around that house and hid everything behind it, and he almost got away with it. If he hadn't called 911 that night, if guilt or madness or fear hadn't finally cracked him, those bodies might still be in that trunk. That little boy might still be living in that house, eating breakfast while his siblings rot a few feet away. But something broke. Maybe it was the weight of it all. Maybe the silence got too loud. Whatever it was, Wellington Dickens finally decided to stop hiding. He picked up the phone. He called 911, and he confessed. Once he's in custody, the scene blows open. Johnston County Sheriff's Office, SBI, crime scene techs. Everyone swarms that little sitting there like a man who already knows what's waiting for him.
And that's where CBS 17 Shabnam Dinesh steps in to pick up the story. Shab, the Johnston County Sheriff and the District Attorney speaking at this press conference this morning. I know
or know how the children were killed, but they do allege that Dickens killed each of those children separately between May and September. Now, these 3 new murder charges come after Dickens made his first appearance yesterday for one murder charge in connection to the death of the first child. He is accused of killing those 4 children, then hiding their bodies in the trunk of his car, and that's where Johnston County deputies discovered them on Monday night. Sheriff says Dickens called 911 to confess. And at today's press conference, he speculated the father couldn't live with the guilt of killing his children any longer and wanted to come clean.
My personal opinion is something got to him and he was just ready to give it up, ready to turn himself in, and pretty much called and said, I'm here with my little 3-year-old son. I killed my 4 children. Their bodies are in the trunk of the car. I'll be glad to go outside and wait for deputies. I'm not armed. I'm just ready to do what's right.
Now, neighbors told CBS 17 they noticed a strange smell coming from the garage and that they barely saw the children who were homeschooled, according to the sheriff. Deputies did find one child alive when they responded to the call on Monday night, Dickens' 3-year-old son. That child is now in custody of DSS. Now, Dickens is set to appear in Johnston County Court at 2 this afternoon and will bring you live updates at 4, 5, and 6 tonight. Reporting live in Johnston County, Shabnam Dinesh, CBS 17 News.
such a sad story, and still so many things that we're waiting to find out.
It's awful all around. Shab, thanks so much for the update.
Story isn't just about Wellington's crimes. It's about what happens when pain festers and nobody steps in, when mental health breaks and no one notices, when isolation becomes a cage, when people see the warning signs but decide, that ain't my business. It's about a community that felt something was off but couldn't see how deep the darkness went. It's about a system that could have stepped in but didn't. One that depends on schools and teachers to spot danger but has acceptable, period.